Lil Meech out here wild and worse than we thought ever since 50 Cent pulled the plug on BMF bus so down bad right now. He trying to get at 50 by going up to his biggest enemies, but that ain't even half of it, folks like Bowie and the gang have been calling on Lil Meech to fire back at 50 for playing with Big Meech's name, and from the looks of it, Lil Meech taking that advice, doing everything he can to show he don't need 50 no more. But let's keep it real, is he just setting himself up for even more L's? And these folks he trying to link with they really got his back, or is he just out here looking goofy for nothing? Who go ahead and grab that popcorn.
Whether probably for free, I don't see Rick Ross filling the $5 million void, right, that 50 Cent created by not continuing this TV show and not continuing to support. I don't know why Big Meech would think he could be his own man and make a judgment call to take a picture with somebody 50 Cent hates, right? Especially if he's helping. But you know, people sometimes got to learn things the hard way, and not everybody's meant to be in everybody's lives forever. And Lil Meech will probably regret this for the rest.
After he shut down BMF and slid straight over to Hulu with a hip-hop cop, 50 Cent really got Lil Meech out here looking broke and begging for scraps while confidently throwing shade like a BMF. This heat from 50 isn't new, really. Began when Big Meech dated Rick Ross right out of jail. Let's face it, everyone in the streets already knew that 50 and Ross had been at odds for years. But Big Meech still went ahead and made the move despite the fact that he knew full well that 50 was the one holding Lil Meech's pocket straight while he was imprisoned, portraying him as Big Meech in the BMF series. It appears that 50 truly felt like Big Meech, and Lil Meech was the one who caught all of that smoke. To put it simply, he took Lil Meech under his wing, tied him up with game, and kept him in check while Big Meech was wasting away behind bars. To give you an idea of how deep this stretched, Big Meech was imprisoned in 2008, and Lil Meech was just 8 years old at the time. Talk without 50 in an unearthed clip, Lil Meech essentially grew up without a father figure. Lil Meech even acknowledged that 50 helped him start from scratch when he had no idea where his life was going, and that it went even farther by sending him to acting school. Furthermore, 50 was the first person Lil Meech would turn to for assistance anytime he got into trouble.
50, I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? Like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting class for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting class. I had to go every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, and a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though.
And let's not overlook the fact that 50 was cutting Lil Meech a $5 million check per season for BMF. But instead of stacking his bread, Lil Meech was out here blowing racks on jewelry and flexing for the Graham bro, was even dropping $10K on a single pair of pants. Like money grew on trees in a resurfaced clip from 2023, he straight up admitted he spent $500,000 on a chain, yeah, $500,000, just on some ice, and to make it even worse, after all that money he ran through, he ain't got a single investment to show for it.
For 100, maybe, but at least 200, just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost at?
3, just for the pendant. This some shit like, you gotta give it my daddy, like, when he come home.
Furthermore, as you are already aware, 50 was not even doing this for his own biological son. He treated Lil Meech like family and saw him as more than just an actor. But all of that loyalty vanished the moment Big Meech was released from prison. As soon as 50 noticed that Big Meech was becoming too close to his operations, he shut down everything that had Big Meech's name on it. To it, even his own son, which is why 50 hit the unfollow button on Lil Meech. Knowing exactly why, Lil Meech slid right into 50's DM as a Loki, ready to throw his own pops under the bus to keep that bag flowing. Now, wait until you see what he said. You unfollowed me on Instagram, and now you're managing Skilla Baby with Rocket when I was the one who brought him. I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy when all I've ever shown you is love and loyalty. I'm human, and I go through my own moments, but I never betrayed you. Ev Ross, however, gave my dad some bread so he could afford to pay his bills until our next season begins. You know me in real life, but the internet is making me crazy. After Lil Meech finished venting about his parents, Rick Ross 50 wasted no time in giving him the savagest clapback, reminding everyone why he might be the biggest troll in the game. VR really hit Lil Meech with a what next season little ninja type of remark, as if he hadn't just cut the entire show off. Not only that, but the 50s had a peculiar son. In order to climax, Maris had to go live. For assuming he was an exception, Lil Meech truly believed he was unique. When it comes to 50, Maris had to warn him that nobody is safe.
I woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head. And I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. So I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special.
Now, I'm not a Lil Snitch, but 50's response really got to Lil Meech. And based on the way he's been acting dejected in every video choice, it's obvious that this was one of the biggest L's he's ever taken. However, 50 wasn't finished. He kept the shots after snuffing out any prospect of a new BMF season. Coming with even more criticism, he stated bluntly that Lil Meech would be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. He even went so far as to say in his caption, "I'll call Mona Scott for him later today." After 50 celebrities finished dragging him, the game had to intervene and call Lil Meech out for being a simpin in a long time. I was about to spit my water out when he wrote this deleted post. I just saw a text from Lil Meech to 50 that made me cry. Lil Meech, you were supposed to be like, F you this BMF and I standing with my pops. Now 50 and I are having our own problems, but that's on hold while I post this. The fifth really said, what show Lil Ninja? I Big Meech, what happened to your eyes? You can't let 50 get to you like that. Low. I think you saw all of this coming, but the game came in with a slick shade and asked, should I remove BMF from my prime favorites now that you guys hate each other like bro? The game was extremely dirty. Wasn't alone in criticizing Lil Meech for choosing to ride with 50 instead of his own father. Even Boozy had to intervene and remark something similar, such as how you prefer the one who cuts you off to the one who made you.
I mean, Meech, bro, I don't know. Lil Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response was, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, that's my daddy. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, let's go to war. Nigga, fuck you. And everything you, nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Is my son, nigga, my nigga ain't gonna go against this grain.
Now, many others were side-eyeing him in an attempt to understand why he was acting so strangely in relation to this whole me issue. I mean, bro was really depressed. Even after people accused Big Meech of snitching on his childhood friend Cuffy in order to receive a lesser sentence, he was still willing to play for free at his welcome home party. To make things simple, everyone is aware that Bowie has been outspoken about his dislike of snitches for years. In fact, he explained it all in a previous interview with The Breakfast Club, describing how snitches were the cause of almost every issue his family had faced and why he received so much scorn for them.
His principle is snitching. You don't like the snitching, you don't like the talking, you don't like that. You don't like none of that online. That really bothers you.
Yeah, it bothers me because I done lost years of my life because of people snitching. If my uncles done lost, my cousins, I probably wouldn't feel this way if all this shit happened to me in my life. I wouldn't probably give a already because I wouldn't understand it. But I do. Took my uncle away, took my cousins away, took me away, took my friends away. How can I have any remorse for that? That's been the common denominator of my failures. Of my family failures, trusting people who turn into be wrecks. So, I was on death row because a nigga had it on me,
Not only that, but as soon as Boozy learned that T.I. had allegedly snitched on his late cousin, he wasted no time in canceling the joint album they were working on. If that wasn't enough, Boozy went all out and attacked T.I., saying, I don't spare no motherfucking body, because if you were doing anything wrong, you were doing anything criminal, and you're cooperating with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating. He went on to say, "You're a rat, but I'm going to tell you this because I thought Tifa." I think he went up there and just started talking to F. You think something happened when you were 17 or 18 years old, and you're going to keep that in for all your damn time for 20 or so years. Finally, it came out, and you guys, that wasn't even the only time you let someone have it for snitching. I mean, who could forget when he and R went 8 on X? He just called R out for being a snitch, and rather than owning up to it, R attempted to change the course of events by calling Bowie a gossiper. However, Bowie wasn't amenable to this. These two were once cool and even collaborated on music, but their friendship ended after that. And in the midst of all that drama, Boozy had some choice words for R. "You were lying to me, my G, and it's eating you up that you will always be known as a rat money can't get you no. Excuse yourself for hurting the actual ones with your call. With all that no snitch enthusiasm, I know you're sorry for what you did, but real net won't spare you. Good night, I'm the realism. Roll one, take stock, and rest." People knew that Boozy would maintain the same vibe with Big Miff, but when he didn't, they clearly began to side-eye him instead of calling him out. Boozy was out here discussing how he had to stand by his word to Big Meech. Promise and people couldn't help but call it what it was, Boozy. People like him choose who they want to protect and who they want to paint as a rat. As soon as 50 I learned about Boozy, when I saw him laughing at his pop post, I exclaimed, "Oh." Loki remarked that Lil Meech could have handled things better between him and 50. Oh, 50 I had some words for Bowie stating, which is why he answered like that. If he gets locked up, I'm the first person he called to bail him out every time. He is also a snake, and he belongs with him. Now, everyone, it didn't take long for Lil Meech to turn 50. He said goodbye to Felicia and continued on. And the next thing you know, he was out here with Rick Ross at Floyd's birthday party, no less. Fans were staring at him quizzically because, let's face it, he was the youngest person in this whole situation and had the longest future to consider out of everyone. But did that stop him? Nope, the 50th bait kept coming in. The next thing fans saw was a picture of Floyd Mayweather and Big Meech, Lil Meech, Rick Ross with the slogan, "Real Power." This made many yell because, let's face it, there's nothing more outrageous than calling that genuine power while standing next to all of your former producers. The real kicker, though, was Lil Meech stopped posting comments, which was funny and caused a lot of people to laugh. However, instead of backing down, Lil Meech continued to put in more effort. And soon, he and Big Meech were the internet's favorite line of humor. People imagined he was out there begging for a check with every new celebrity pic he made. Most recently, he was even seen portside with Floyd Mayweather at the Knicks vs. Lakers game, looking really cozy in them. Yes, I need a sponsor.
Some vibes.
Yeah, stop playing with that man.
Here's where it gets really interesting. While Lil Meech out here spiraling over 50, pulling the plug on BMF 50 man, he is living his best life, laughing, winning, and still throwing shade like only he can in one of his posts, which, let's be real, everybody knew was aimed straight at Lil Meech. 50 wrote, "I was just thinking if you put someone on, and it's not in God's plans for them, they will find their way back to the hard times they came from." And if that wasn't diabolical enough, 50 took it up a notch because petty is what he does. He went and posted a 12-year-old battle rap clip featuring Loaded Lukes and Calico, but with a twist he edited his own face onto Lukes. Now, in the original clip, Lukes was going in on a BMF affiliate, and judging from his words, 50 was definitely sending a message. It was like he wanted to remind Lil Meech and everybody else that he was calling the shots, and this whole situation was just another day in the office for him.
Think about the next time you on stage waving signs, trying to be like the only daddy you got. I understand you want to keep his name alive, but youngin', I'm trying to save you from your demise. You said it yourself. My pops was a real youngin', that ain't no lie. He was in the business that the system perpetuates from the side to keep us in the condition where we ain't made to survive. But you think he a god? Well, let me ask you this. Would you kill a world and save yourself? I ain't think that was wise. Something to think about the next time y'all drinking and drugging, hard liquor, y'all full of killers. Remember, hold up, I tried to give you the large picture. Hold up, man. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. Hold up. Keep going.
recognized the target of those bars. While many people were laughing, others were saying that, as they always do, going at it with 50 is never a good idea. To be honest, they weren't incorrect because, from where we are all standing, 50 is still easily pressing Lil Meech's neck to make it worse. Connecting with the biggest oops of the 50s, yes, that hasn't helped him at all. Rather, it seems like people like Floyd Mayweather are only using him as a pawn in this chess game. Of course, Lil Meech isn't yet seeing the wider picture, but I'm curious about your thoughts on the entire Lil Meech versus 50 scenario. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to watch our other videos for more messy celebrity dramas like this one. Lil Meech is setting himself up for another failure by hanging out with his 50s rival.